him coming into the league, and we're going to training camps. You see him working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Hey, watch the slant. Right there. You gotta go, baby. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Gun.
They start the drive with Cook. And an anxious moment or 2 there, but they do get him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Who that? Who that? Zebra, zebra, zebra. Mike 56. Mike.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that'll bring up 2nd down. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
They're running it. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Go, go. Hey, 382, last 50. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53. Gun. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. 53's the Mike. 53, check 53. Watch the pass. Clark, Clark. Mike, 53. 53, Mike, Mike. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. That's track.
Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Gets around him. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Rush in. Lucky 48. Rush in. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Good route here. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Hey, exit. 53's the Mike. 53.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
That's another Vikings 1st down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
Hey, that's scared. Through. Check, 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 check. Wide.
To try again after the sack. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
6-man. Check girls. Check.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check safety, check safety.
Gun.
Motion.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Check 53 is mine. 53, check 53. Here we go. Here we go. Kill.
They go play action. Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56.
Hey, Echo.
56.
Cousins now. He finds his man Johnson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph, 43 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football.